Yo, what's up, Devin? He's coming in here, coming in hot. Barking orders like he's a savage. Try to get all this set up. Stream crash, and then we turned around and like had a power surge. But I think I got everything going for now. I'm trying to like stream on different platforms. This shit is like crazy complicated. I gotta figure out how to simplify this shit. But we're gonna figure it out one way or another. What's going on, Magical? Welcome to the stream. We're trying out Instagram Live, TikTok Live. I don't know if Instagram's weird. It's like freezing and shit. It could be on my end though. We're live on Twitch. And of course, YouTube. Alright. Welcome in, everybody. Hope y'all are having a good day. Appreciate y'all. We're going to talk about this DLSS5 crap. Just chat it up a bit. And then we'll jump into some RE9 gameplay. Yeah, we got some technical issues, man. You know how it is. You know how it is, man. Let me get this camera set up. Hopefully it's still on. That'll be another issue I gotta... Alright, let's see. There we go. There we go. Oh, my light ain't on. Hold up. I forgot to turn my light on. I lost power. As soon as I got everything set up, bro, power surge. Everything went out. I'm like, yes. I finished Resident Evil 9, just doing some cleanup. Hell yeah. Hey, what's going on, Chris Boulderfield? Not much, man. We're gonna go over this DLSS5 shenanigans. Have a little fun with it. Have a little fun with it. So that popped up. So that might be the Twitch stream crashing. We love that. Okay. Boom, boom. So I got like 2 different cameras set up on OBS, and looks a little weird. I got one for just for like vertical. What's going on, Caden? Yeah, I don't know if the Instagram stream's still live or not, but you know what? Whatever. We'll keep it up just in case. Refresh TikTok. I'm just making sure everything's good and working. Might have to fine tune some settings and stuff. So I try to do like all these workarounds to go live on TikTok, and like you think you figure it out and then it doesn't work still. Give me like a black screen. It says I'm live, but I got a black screen. I don't know what that's about. I'm honestly half tempted to just not even worry about it. Like, it's obviously a good thing to like stream on as many platforms as possible, but it's like such a complicated process for some reason. Part of me just wants to just stream on YouTube and just be done. Just post everywhere. But with that said, hope you all having a good day, man. We're going to jump into this DLSS5, talk about it. Discuss it. Let me know what you guys think about it. I think a majority just does not care for it. Which, I mean, you can't blame them. Alright, we got the DLSS5 announcement trailer. I don't know if there's any other, like, trailers, but We'll go over it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I will say Leon doesn't look as bad or as different and noticeable. This right here, like holy moly. From grace to disgrace. Holy moly. There's just something about it just looks off. It almost looks like hyper realistic. I think some stuff looks good, some stuff looks like it just looks like a filter. Go back. Like especially this. Like, I don't know, it just looks like hyper realistic. Leon doesn't look too terrible, especially compared to Grace. It's crazy right now, bro. Let's see here. But yeah, this, and are they not like using, this looks like the Nintendo Switch version of Resident Evil 9. I'm pretty sure when I was playing on PS5, it did not look like this bad. But of course they're gonna do that. Like have like the absolute worst looking version of the game compared to the latest, newest technology. It just completely changes how she looks. It's crazy. Like I'm trying to frame by frame this shit. Like, look at that. Like, it all looks fine. It's not bad, but I'm generally against generative AI. Oh, no, there's some things on here that looks terrible. It's, well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's subjective. It's like, some people are going to think it looks good. Some people are going to think it looks bad. But, to me, it just looks off. It's off-putting. A is fine overall, in my opinion, but generative AI is an L. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said before in like post that I had, like I was, you know, debating somebody. Oh, comma and period keys. Oh, that's pretty cool. Right on. I mean, AI definitely has its place. Definitely AI has its uses, but I don't know. When it comes to like altering the game's look, it just, yeah, it's too off-putting. It's too off-putting for sure. But like, look at this. You can't tell me that's like, you know what I mean? Too drastically different looking for Grace. Lip filler Grace, yeah. Something about her eyes that are making it look off. Well, look at this. Look at her lips right there. Look how full and fatter her lips are, and her nose. Like she got a nose lift or some shit. The eyes aren't too different, but like, oh yeah, they're like a little bit bigger maybe. And they're just like more prominent, but it just looks like a Snapchat filter. Yeah. Definitely her lips. Look how bad her lips change. Like her lips are like more slim, normal looking, and then like it's like puffy. Like she's like a model or something. Like an Instagram model. Now maybe if they fine-tune this shit and like, you know, they nail it down to where it isn't as jarring, it won't be too bad. But at the same time, is it not using generative AI? The thing is, you're going from an art style to a more realistic representation. Yeah, and that's the thing, though, is like the realistic representation kills the art style. what game am I playing? I'm watching the DLSS trailer for Resident Evil 9. Like, I get the idea behind it. It's like they want it to look as real as possible, but in doing that and using AI to do that, it just looks so real it looks fake. Like, it's counterproductive. And like, the thing about video games is you have water next to you. I do, actually. A cup of water. Thanks for looking out. Yeah, just like, the thing about video games is like they have their own unique art style. Like, not every video game needs to be hyper realistic. I mean, of course, Resident Evil games are one of those games in that genre that kind of goes for a more realistic approach, which the whole thing with the RE engine that Resident Evil uses, they use photo scan technology. So it's like they've already intended to like achieve realism, and they already kind of do that, but I don't know. There's something about this that it just looks very uncanny. Honestly, think they have a lot more to experiment with, but it's going to get there eventually. We're still in the early stages of everything, yeah. Just need to stay hydrated, yeah, for sure. Everybody needs to stay hydrated. Good looking out. Yeah, like I said, maybe down the road. I think they just showed off this stuff way too early. It's going to look real at all. Can't just be faces. That changes in my opinion. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's another thing is that because it's supposed to change the lighting, but I can't remember who it was. Like, look right here. Back it up, back it up. Like, you have this light source right here, and like it's shining onto this right here, the ice thing. And then when you go over here, it just gets rid of that light reflecting off of here. Like, that's weird. Like, why is it changing or like getting rid of lighting? Like, it's like I said, it almost just seems like it's generating what it should look like, but it's getting stuff wrong. Or like it's misinterpreting things. But again, this is just an early look at it, and it's just, I think it's too jarring. Like, I don't know, I feel like they shouldn't even have showed this stuff off. And like I said before, man, AI has its place for sure. Like, I use AI like for like inspiration or try to like help me organize shit. Certain AI is good, but like when it's, yeah, generative AI, it's like, why are we doing this? I feel like it's just unnecessary. Now, maybe like if it comes to like Call of Duty and shit like that, you want like super hyper realistic, but then again, it's like, it's almost like overkill at this point. Yo, what's up, Caden? What's your honest opinion about the AI boom in gaming? Do you think this is going to be an actual threat to gamers? Do you think there's going to be some good out of this eventually? Come back to factions. Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. I just got to find the time, man, to sit down and play that stuff, man. Because you know, just being a parent and being busy with other stuff, it's hard to sit down and stay committed to an online game these days for me. I appreciate you checking out the stream. Plus, we're in the middle of a dark street, essentially. No DLSS5. Looks like it's an Instagram model. Yo, what's up, Conjured? AI is getting way too good. Like I said, man, like, you can use AI for good, but then there's also some people that rely too much on it and like glaze it and shit. Been stuff for a while. I appreciate you. Appreciate the support. I drink that water that person was talking about. How you doing, Conjure, man? Welcome into the stream. I don't know if the TikTok live is still up or not. I'm not even really going to worry about it. I'm not going to stress about it. Trying to see if I can just go all live on all the platforms I can. I just started Resident Evil 2. Oh, hell yeah. Is that the remake or the OG? You an OG player? You just fucking with the remakes? Yeah, I don't even think this has the other picture. Like, Leon isn't too jarring, but you can kind of tell, like, it's generated. it's like right here. I don't know, man. It just looks like a filter. I mean, it moves well. It doesn't like, you know, when you see some AI videos, like the shit kind of moves around, it gets distorted. Like it's, I mean, like the thing about AI is it's constantly learning and constantly evolving and getting better. So like, it's gonna like look, I don't know what the word is for it. Like believable. I don't know. Looks too glossy. That's how you know it's AI. Yeah, it's like almost like the wrinkles are like too dark and like too deep. Like, if that makes sense. Like, really bright highlights and really, really dark wrinkles. Looks like my grandma. You're chilling, drinking some G Fuel. How are you? Hell yeah. I'm doing alright. What flavor you got, brother? I ain't drank G Fuel in a minute. Yeah, it just almost looks like a totally different character. And you know, Hogwarts Legacy, I don't know, I just feel like not every game should try to achieve like hyper realism. You think this is bad now? What do you think about the newer consoles integrated more AI technology? I mean, like DLSS5, if I'm not mistaken, that just used AI to just increase like frame generation, so like you can get like really high FPS on like very taxing games, which like that's pretty cool. There for a while though, frame generation was really bad and it caused like desync and latency issues, but like now I feel like they fine-tuned it. So I mean, maybe the same thing will happen with this later on down the road. Maybe they'll fine-tune it and it'll look a little bit better. I'm not exactly sure, but like right now it just looks like they're saying fuck the artist, fuck what the developer wanted the game to look like. We're gonna make it look a certain direct way. Lingonberry 2.0? Oh, they have a 2.0? Congrats on being a parent, by the way. I appreciate you. The blessing. Kid's a crazy one. Could be a little shit sometimes, but I love him. Lingonberry, isn't that the PewDiePie flavor? Or was the PewDiePie flavor? It just looks so fake. Like if they're trying to be so real, it looks fake. What it looks like is like that deep fake technology, like how some people were using in like fan films and some other like movies and stuff. Like it looks like a deep fake. Like somebody's like trying to grab somebody's face in real life and just, which I mean, I don't know. It just looks weird. Fake AI trailers for upcoming games. Yeah. PewDiePie one. That's what I'm saying. And then it's like you can't even like trust. You can't even trust what you're seeing because your eyes are gonna get so used to seeing AI stuff. So like, is this real? Is this not? PewDiePie one, yeah. That's actually probably one of my favorite flavors, especially in the can. Like the carbonation. Got two baby cousins. Puke all over my clothing. Yeah, Warren, they're in the infant stage. Crazy. I've ruined so many shirts. I like the last one, the first space one. I think that just overtuned a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they haven't fine-tuned it yet. They probably should have just held off on this shit and wait until they fine-tuned it. But then again, I don't know. And it doesn't help, like, the first thing they see is Grace Ashcroft, and everybody's fresh off of playing Resident Evil 9 and so used to, like, how she looks, and yeah. Like, what? That's all they showed, though. I could have sworn I seen another image. Yeah, it's like... I just don't want it to be like the standard and it like overwrite what game artists are trying to create, like their own vision, their own art style, and it just kind of like overrides that stuff just to be hyper realistic. DLSS5 changed the whole atmosphere for Requiem. Where are we? In Silent Hill? Big Ray's dirty. Yeah. Just made it look like an instant. Cause like what? So say like if DLSS5 is it going to be like only available for certain games, or like is it going to just be like available for whatever game you run, and you just like say like what if you play in like Kingdom Hearts or something and you turn DLSS5? What the hell is that going to look like? Or something that's like cartoony or something like anime. I don't know. Maybe it's only for certain games. Everything's so damn soon. I went to the movies with my friend. Oh, dude, yeah. It's crazy. I think me and the wife went to the movies not too long ago. And they wanted like $35 for popcorn and 2 drinks. $35 for a popcorn and 2 drinks. It's like, we'll just go to the dollar store and just get a bunch of snacks and sneak it in. I would say like the most prominent change is definitely Grace Ashcroft, especially when we went by the frame by frame and seeing how like different her nose and lip, like, because some people were arguing like, oh, they're not really changing the facial features, it's just the lighting. It's like, I don't know, bro. I gotta disagree, especially with Grace Ashcroft, because look, it looks like her hair is more like dark roots. Her eye shape doesn't necessarily change, but like, I don't know, something about it. Like the nose, you can see the nose shape, like her nose is more rounded and almost looks like it lifts up a little bit. And then her lips, look how much full her lips are. How much fuller her lips are. That's great. Like, you really look at this, like, it's definitely changing the way the character model. And for whatever reason, it gets rid of that, like, light source from inside this building right here. Definitely needs some work. I don't know. I hope this isn't the standard. And if it is, I hope they, you know, work their asses off on trying to fine-tune it. Because look at the light right here on this street lamp. It goes away. Oh, damn it. Press the wrong button. Look, it goes away. Like, it's on. Is it on or is it off? Like, come on now. Like, this gets brighter. This street light goes away. Her face changes. This light is still on, I think. Maybe not. But the light reflection off of here goes away. What's up, Shimmering Pilgrim? It's going good, man. How's it going? Real life Goofy would haunt me in my sleep if I see Kingdom Hearts get DLSS5, right? Yeah, that'd be nightmare fuel. Gorsh! It almost looks like it. I was gonna say, it don't even look like it's raining. I think it is. You just can't see it as much. Just beat RE9 this morning. Nice. How do you like it? What do you rate it out of 10? Alright, I don't know if we got anything else to go over on this. I've seen some other screenshots and stuff, but I can try to see if I can find them. Because there was like some inconsistent, I think even Conjured, I think you posted about it, like the inconsistencies of like the face model. give it a 7, but maybe up to an 8 or a 9 if I really like Insanity. Yeah, I still got to try that. I'm slacking. I still got to finish my challenge run and then do Insanity. I heard it's hard. I heard it's difficult. Far the story is cool, but some inconsistencies maybe. Yeah, I had a few gripes, but overall it's a fun game. Dope content creator, I appreciate it. Appreciate you watching, checking it out. I know I've been slacking on the video essays. I need to sit down and get my shit together. I figured I'd hop on stream here for a little bit today and hang out with y'all. We got this one. I think that RE10 is apparently Claire protagonist. Oh, really? Shit at faction. Hey, me too, bro. Haven't played it in who knows how long. Where'd you hear that about Claire? Is that the old infamous leaker? Vinyl Vermani, hi, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everything looks alright on your guys' end. Trying this like 2 different cameras and shit. Wanted to tell you, there's a part of RE9 that's gray, sort of in the middle of the game. Where we are, and there's a file on the computer dude looks just like you. Really? What? Most amount of kills I had was 6, I think. Oh, interactions. Hey, just keep trying. You'll get better. You keep trying. I have to find where it is. Where am I from? Earth. It's a pretty cool place. Knock it down. Capcom point that's looked up. Apparently, it is also going to be DLC. Oh, really? You got a link, brother? I guess I can try to look it up. Where'd you find it on Twitter? You find it on Twitter? We got some new leaks to talk about. Is it from Dust Golem? Or did Dust Golem post it? Keep seeing Ada Wong edits. Like, damn, it's so impressive how they edit wrong. Right. I need to find some other like people that talk about Resident Evil because I saw a video about it, but I think it was a tweet originally. I just type in Resident Evil Requiem DLC. Well, this is from Dust Golem, so we take this with a grain of salt, but it says there was a slight slip-up somewhere. I don't want to give context. Isn't from my sources, unintentional leak. But Ada Wong is very likely in the Resident Evil Requiem's DLC. Okay. Wishing you best for your health, dude. I appreciate that. Yeah, I debated on like going in depth on talking about my health situation, but like kind of personal. I don't know if people care to hear that shit. I don't want to sound like I'm fucking sympathy farming. But regardless, we're trying to take care of it. I got a consultation out in July for surgery. I'm gonna try to get in sooner because I really don't put this off that long. What's your least favorite factions map? Oh, I would say downtown, but I feel like that's like the cliche answer. Let's see here. So this is the tweet that I found. It's on Dusk Golem. He says, okay, I sat on this for a bit. Thank yous to Stevie Wonder and for bringing it to my attention. Slight slip up somewhere. I won't give context to my forces, but Ada Wong is very likely to be in Resident Evil Requiem's DLC. Says very likely, not a definite answer. Of course, this is how these leakers talk. He said that's all the context. It's not my claim. It's from something that went public a bit accidentally. I think it was an honest mistake, so I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Thinks Ada being involved in RE9's DLC in some way. So to see how that goes ultimately. So it's public, why can't you share more? It's not been noticed. I believe an honest mistake. Get someone fired. Well, once it's out there, is it not? So where the hell? Pray for you, it goes well. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Nay, not bad. People calling that. It's interesting. Why would they hold her off for the deal? Main game of. We still good? We still live? I got to disconnect. Ada was in the main game of RE4 and we got her. It'd be weird to like not have her in the main game, then all of a sudden she's in the DLC. I mean, I guess. And I can't be too mad at it. I think we're still live. We got a disconnection from OBS. I'm just checking. Ada behind the scenes in RE9 saving Leon's ass again. Yeah, it could be, but I don't know. I'll believe when I see it. Now, if I saw like this actual trailer or tweet or whatever this leak was, this mistake, then that'd be cool. I figure like once it's out there, it's out there. Always die to those Molotovs. Yeah, those are a pain in the ass, especially if you got the explosion expert and whatever else that is. Guess I should try it. Chat on. I want Jill back, damn. Right. I was saying to somebody, I was like, I feel like Jill should have been in this game over Leon. Of course, people are going to disagree with me on that, but I don't know. Jill had a pretty solid connection to Raccoon City too. It's just weird that they only decided to go with Sherry and Leon. I don't know. Maybe the DLC will make more sense of everything. Apparently, Ada was the one who wiped the room with blister heads and left Leon a note, but I don't really agree with the theory. Which room is this? My memory's fuzzy. See, we need to go through the game again. Check this out. Okay, that's like flip. Sorry if I'm confusing you guys. Yeah, that is interesting though. What was the note? I know he has a note at the RPD where he says you can't save anyone, but I don't think Ada would. Ada would say that. It's probably not that. It's by something else. Does someone have a video on it? Maybe you can link me the video or something. The room where you fight Blitzer Edge and wait for the door to open to go to Victor's P. Oh, okay. I feel like no matter what gun you use, if you're gonna kick somebody's ass, they're probably gonna call you a pussy. At this point, how long the game's been available, just use whatever. Maybe somebody's already got a video about it. It's hard for me to stay on top of things. West Nemo's got a video on it 22 hours ago. Hopefully it doesn't copyright strike us. We're gonna watch your video, brother. Be a bit of a reaction. Won't be the first time I got copyright striked, you know what I mean?
The Resident Evil Requiem DLC is officially
music off.
At the center of a pretty big leak right now, and it completely changes the conversation around what Capcom is planning for the future of the story. Ever since we got it announced, the community has been totally obsessed with trying to figure out what exactly is going to happen in this upcoming story expansion. But instead of another rumor, there was apparently an accidental slip up from allegedly a high credible source that confirms that Ada Wong is stepping right back into the spotlight for this DLC. And if Ada Wong is officially back in the picture, it immediately reopens the biggest and most debated mystery from the end of the base game, Leon Kennedy's wedding ring. Ever since we had that reveal, everyone has been trying to figure out who he actually settled down with. Could it be Ada Wong? Is it someone else? Well, to make things even crazier, game director Koshi Nakanishi just did a brand new interview where he directly addresses the theories surrounding Leon's wife. So we're gonna break it all down. Hit the sub button if you're excited for the Requiem DLC, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off by talking about the DLC leak / rumor. This is coming from multiple sources. First, we have Spanish creator Stevie Wonder and also aesthetic gamer Dusk Golem talked about it as well. Both of them took to Twitter to confirm something huge regarding this upcoming DLC for Requiem. Now, what makes this, situation really unique is actually how the information got out. This wasn't a data mine or an anonymous source. This actually was a mistake made publicly by someone with direct ties to Capcom. Now, I don't know who this person was, but I'm going to take their word for it. This is apparently somebody that is close to Capcom. So Dusk Golem said on Twitter, shout out to him. He said, okay, so I saw the tweet we just looked at, and thank you to Stevie Wonder for bringing it to my attention. There was a slight slip up somewhere. It's an unintentional leak. This wasn't from his sources, he said, but Ada Wong is very likely in the Resident Evil Requiem DLC. That's all the context. It's not my claims. It's from something that went public a bit accidentally. I think it was an honest mistake, so I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but yeah, paints Ada being involved in Requiem's DLC in some way. Now, Stevie Wonder, the person that discovered this leak, he said this on Twitter. As we said in the previous Drycast official podcast by Mr. Dry ES, it's very likely that Ada Wong will be in the DLC for Resident Evil Requiem. As we mentioned, and as Aesthetic Gamer points out, no further details can be given. Now, somebody responded to Dusk Golem and said, I'm curious what kind of leak it was, to which he responded, yeah, the problem here is it was in public. Giving a hint points directly to who leaked it, who has ties to Capcom, and it honestly appears to be a mistake. The only thing that had come to hinting it is it would get the person in serious trouble for a mistake. Now, Stevie Wonder also was asked about the source, to which he said, we cannot, and you will understand when it's official, both for the confirmation of the leak or if it turns wrong, not fake, wrong. Also why we cannot say. And then he said, the source is direct. Somebody then followed up and said, is there anything else you can say about this leak that doesn't affect you or the other side? To which Stevie Wonder responded, she may be there. We do not know the role. The source is legit and direct, and it could be true due to a slip, or it can be wrong due to a lapsus or mistake, but never fake. We will see. To which there was a follow-up that said, just one question, if you can answer it. Do you know if there's any other information that mentions answers? Like if we might get an answer to something in this possible DLC, it could be anything. To which Stevie Wonder responded, the point is that this thing was so accidental that we do not know anything else. It came by accident, literally. Now, Dusk Golem was then asked some questions regarding this leak as well, to which they said, the leak is definitely real, like undoubtedly real, but to see how how it comes together. I don't have a good grasp of RE9's DLC at all
online?
or what's in it,
like
but this specific thing is an actual mistake someone slipped up with. There was then a follow-up question that said, so you think she will 100% be in the DLC after this leak, or is there chances of something changing? To which Dusk responded, I can't say 100% since I don't have any real serious grasp right now on what RE9's DLC is, but it is 100% true that someone with ties to Capcom slipped up and might have spilled the tea a bit on accident. So yes, it is still in the territory of like leak slash rumor. I would take it with a grain of salt at this point, but what it sounds like is they're telling us that someone closely affiliated with the team or, you know, with Capcom accidentally spilled the tea on Ada Wong's involvement for this new DLC. Again, things might be different, you know, things might have changed. It really is hard saying. Now, if Ada Wong is officially stepping into the spotlight for this story expansion, it immediately sets off some alarm bells regarding Leon's current situation. Resident Evil Requiem really split its narrative beautifully between the newcomer Grace Ashcroft, giving us that pure like horror experience, like survival horror at its absolute best, and of course Leon Kennedy brought RPGs, tanks, freaking ray guns, all that stuff to be able to, you know, do what he has to do because he is the seasoned veteran that gets to use all the OP stuff that's really addicting and fun. But the ending left Leon in a very mysterious place. Now, I'm not going to go into the full details of the ending, but you guys know that ending scene where Leon
the DLC, the story expansion. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
If Ada Wong is the focal point of this upcoming DLC,
within the year,
is it likely that we are going to hear more about Leon's backstory in his personal life? The dynamic between Leon and Ada has been a core pillar of the franchise for a long time, like for years, decades. Requiem showed us a Leon who has fundamentally changed. Bringing Ada Wong back into the fold, like right after we learned that Leon is married, is a deliberate narrative choice, and they're teasing everyone. You can't put Ada Wong and a married Leon in the same storyline without addressing the elephant in the room, and that is she the one who is married to him, or is she showing up to complicate his new life with someone else? Well, this brings us directly to the man in charge, Resident Evil Requiem director Koshi Nakanishi. Now, Eurogamer recently sat down with the director, and the debate over Leon's wife.
Who do y'all think Leon's married to? You think it's gonna be Ada, or I don't know.
To try to settle the debate.
I feel like Ada would not be the type of person to settle down
actually
with
responded.
Leon,
he didn't
let alone
give a straight
anybody.
name, but his quotes are pretty revealing.
Leon is married to Chris.
She said this, and I quote,
what
the
the
fuck? Someday, but not just yet. What we wanted to convey in the final scene is simple. Leon now has a place to go home to, and we hope you can imagine the peaceful moments he spends there. Let's pause and talk about that first sentence. The answer will become clear someday, but not just yet. He isn't saying it's a permanent mystery. He's outright telling us and confirming that there is a definitive answer and an actual canon truth to who Leon is married to. And Capcom is simply waiting for the right moment to reveal it. Nakanishi then continued on, giving us a deep dive into Leon's mindset. He told Eurogamer this: Leon is a man who says very little about the things that truly matter, but he would sacrifice himself without a second thought to save a life right in front of him. So what does that ring signify? Resolve or a vow? Which is something that I didn't really think about. Like, it is an interesting way to frame the ring. Like, asking if it signifies like resolve or a vow, Nakanishi really is opening up the door to the idea that the ring might not even be a traditional marriage. Could it be a promise made to someone he lost, perhaps a symbol of a new life he's trying to protect, or is it a literal vow of marriage? He then finished off his statement by saying this: he may never voice the answer himself, but for now, after finishing the long battle, he has a place to go home to. Isn't that enough? Now, whenever it comes to the narrative aspect, like, that is a beautiful send-off for this character who's been through absolute hell and back. But from a fan
it kind of makes sense.
No, that's absolutely not enough, and Capcom knows it. Koshi Nakanishi knows exactly what they're doing. This is them deliberately teasing the community. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. But now the question really becomes, when is someday? Could that someday be for the Requiem DLC? If Ada Wong is confirmed to be in this expansion, exploring Leon's personal life alongside her appearance would make perfect sense. Imagine a DLC where we play as Ada Wong working behind the scenes, and then the narrative explores her current relationship with.
Do you think they would take what their initial design was for Ada in Village, where she's wearing that like bird mask? Do you think they would take that and go ahead and just throw it into Requiem? Who do you think Leon is with, though? I don't know. I just don't see her settling. I don't see Ada willingly settling down and getting married to Leon. Like, because I think Leon feels a certain way about Ada, but I don't think Ada feels the same way about Leon, if that makes sense. Like, because you see them kiss in Resident Evil 2 and shit like that, but like, she was just doing that to use Leon. Yeah, that bird mask in the concept art of Village. I don't know. I am curious though.
Leon. If they're married, this DLC is the perfect place to confirm it. Now, if they aren't, the DLC could serve as like the emotional closure to their decade-long dynamic, finally explaining why Leon moved on and found his current place to go home with someone else. Now, I do think we have to look at this from like a franchise perspective, because revealing the identity of Leon Kennedy's wife could be a massive like marketing point. They might just be playing coy right now because they're saving that reveal for a future mainline game. As much as I am curious where these games are going to go from here I think a part of kind of thinks Capcom might hold on to the secret until RE10 or RE11 or whatever they decide to do.
Not really.
Both Ada Wong kind of like the DLC. The chances of getting a breadcrumb of truth are a lot higher than I thought.
He works for the bad guys, but she's not necessarily.
I want to talk about the release window for this DLC.
He plays both sides.
What the DLC is only half the battle. Obviously, knowing when we can actually play it is just as important. Now, earlier Capcom officially announced that Requiem is getting a story expansion alongside a new mini game and a new photo mode, and we know for a fact that the mini game and update is dropping around May, but the story expansion is a completely different beast. Director Koshi Nakanishi specifically told fans, "It will take some time, so we ask for your patience." So they're clearly working on it, but it sounds like it's not going to be ready for the early summer release window. But whenever it comes to the DLC release, like, we have to look at the entire landscape of gaming for the rest of this year. The launch of GTA 6 is looming over everything. It's launching in November, and no one is going to release a game or a DLC or update like that anywhere near that GTA 6 launch window. And because of that, I think it's pretty safe to assume that the Requiem DLC will launch somewhere in the late summer or early fall, likely targeting that August to October window, which in my opinion, I think
it's crazy how
the
much of an
sweet spot here.
GTA
it's the month of
6
Halloween. It's when, horror games usually see their highest engagement of sales spikes. So dropping a massive Ada and Leon focused story expansion right in the middle of spooky season would make a lot of sense. It also gives Capcom enough time, roughly about 8 months from the base game's launch, to ensure the quality of their upcoming, DLC is incredibly high. So we get the update in May, we get the DLC probably in October, and then we get the reveal for,
that update in May. Is that both a photo mode and the minigame mode, which people are speculating Mercenaries? Is both those going to drop at once?
A remake likely around the Game Awards this year in December, which if that's the case, like, we are looking at a great stacked year for Resident Evil. But that's gonna wrap it up with this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. What is your take on this leak? Do you think the Ada Wong leak is real? Do you want her in the DLC? And who do you think Leon's wife is going to be? Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe with your noties on, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.
Crazy. All right. Will be interesting to see Ada. I hope we get some other characters though. We'll see though. We'll see. Let me see. Because they said like it got out, but it was a mistake. But then. In the world. See here. I just wonder if like an Ada leak got out there, like why can't nobody find it? This is a month ago, 9 days ago. Story experience. Requiem DLC. Plans this weekend? Just probably spend it with the fam. They got this new restaurant where I'm at called Early Birds. We'll probably check that out. Like a breakfast and brunch area. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing on this. was like a month ago. Resident Evil Requiem story expansion. But you gotta like think of like how the game ended. Like Resident Evil 9's main story ended with like the BSAA and the USS soldiers. Like BSAA came in, got Leon and Grace out of there, and then the USS soldiers came in and it looked like they walked up to dead BSA soldiers. So I was like, what's going on there? Is that gonna be, is that leading into the DLC or is that leading into Resident Evil 10? Been to Ale House. Food there is so good. No, I have not. Like, is that a Resident Evil 10 thing where we're gonna get like Chris and Leon in the game together in the same game? Because they made it seem like, oh, I haven't seen Chris, but I'm sure I'll run into him. So like, I don't know. Is that hinting at the DLC or is that hinting at the next game? I feel like the DLC with Alyssa Ashcroft would be cool and kind of makes more sense because we barely got to play as Alyssa. We didn't even get to play as Alyssa, but we barely got Alyssa in the game. Like, they brought back a character from the Outbreak games that a lot of people thought were not canon just to immediately kill her off. It's like, what sense does that make? I don't know. It seemed weird to me. Like, maybe like give her some more screen time, you know? I don't know. That's just me though. But we're gonna jump into this game for a little bit. They did Alyssa dirty. Appears for like 5 minutes total, right? It seems weird to like I said before, like people thought the Outbreak games weren't canon because so many different scenarios can play out so many different ways. I was in the wrong ear the whole time. It's like you brought back Alyssa Ashcroft from Resident Evil Outbreak, which is cool. I mean, you kind of updated her with the RE engine, but you don't get to play as her. She's only in the first section of the game, and then you kill her off. And there's like a little flashback scene, of course, at the beginning, but and then you see the interview with Spencer. So I figured, like, okay, DLC, maybe it goes back and further explains what's going on behind the scenes. Like, it just seems weird to bring back a character from a game that people thought wasn't canon just to kill her off immediately and not have really anything else in the story. Other than you see her interviewing Spencer and kind of explaining. But that in itself, the interview that Alyssa has with Spencer kind of like negates her existence because we thought, oh, they're bringing back Alyssa Ashcroft because we see Grace Ashcroft and we saw Alyssa Ashcroft in Resident Evil Outbreak, and it's like, oh, this is the direct, you know, it's the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft, so it's like a, you know, direct connection. But then it's not actually, Grace isn't actually, you know, Alyssa's blood daughter. So it's like, well, then what's the point of that? Like, Grace could be like anybody's daughter because she hasn't really no significance from being Alyssa's daughter, if that makes sense. Like, we all assumed that Grace was going to have some importance because she's the daughter of Alyssa, and in Outbreak she had like the daylight vaccine, and like maybe she had daylight antibodies and that was going to help Victor Gideon create Elpis or some shit like that. Like, why she's the special one. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not fully understanding the lore and the story. Maybe I need to play through the story again to fully understand, but it just seems like when Victor's like, you're the special one, chosen one, like, is she? Why? I don't know. The story just went a completely different route than what most Resident Evil fans anticipated, which I guess is a good thing. I don't know. It'd be cool to add campaign mode in RE like they did with Tilu No Return. Maybe get some flashbacks to Outbreak. That would be cool as a prelude to Outbreak remake. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, maybe they just redid Alyssa Ashcroft for the RE engine to kind of like plant that seed for an RE engine Resident Evil Outbreak, which, hey, do what you gotta do. Because people would love that. People would eat that shit up. A new RE engine Resident Evil Outbreak. Whether, you know, be live service or just, you know, have an online mode and then like a separate story mode, which that's probably the best route to do. Make it to where you can play it offline as well. I'm curious how they would do that though. Factions too, me. Yeah, it'd be nice if that came out. All right. Oh, nice. So bright. How long have I been playing this for? I don't even know if I'm going to still get the 4-hour challenge or not. We've been playing for an hour and 11 minutes. We'll try it. We'll try to get this going. Everyone's dead, playing with the shit. Well, look. Fuse.
Why is this under the hospital?
What? Heard some rumors Naughty Dog was secretly making faction food, most likely too. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I wish they would, but I'll be right back. I gotta shut this stuff off. Bowling ball cleaners. Shit. I think my Twitch chat or Twitch stream keeps crashing. All right.
Is that Emily?
If we don't get the 4-hour mark, we're just gonna see if we can do no heals and no blood. I don't even think we need a pickaxe. girl is a giant Emily. Well, have you played this yet? I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, I don't even go like that. I remember the chronic care center part pretty well. Back at me. No spoilers. Yeah, you'll find out. You'll find out what happens, what goes on. You still remember the Lisa Trevor voice, right? It had me convinced, bro. It had me convinced that she was gonna be Lisa Trevor. They did change it though. Looked like her and sounded like her. I'm like, man, what's going on here? And someone commented on that video, me talking about that, and then they were like, oh, this aged like milk. I was like, hey, I was speculating, bro.
Emily!
Doll. Look at the doll. So I don't even think picking up scrap does anything, because I guess I could craft knives, yeah, okay. Just a different girl, right?
You can do this.
I gotta remove that. That joint plug. There she is, turn the flashlight on. Shit, where do I go? Can't see shit. Hide right here. I need to figure out how to speedrun this game. Game is so ahead of its time. Yeah, Resident Evil engine, man. It's a solid engine. Do I just go? Oh, she's right there. You can't see me. Oh, this door's open. Is that where I got the screw? I wonder if anyone's gonna play Leon mode in first person. I've seen speedrunners. They play most of the game in first person. It says something about the movement apparently is faster or something like that. I feel like the movement is slower. I was actually watching somebody, I think his name's Distortion or something like that. He was doing some crazy glitches in the game. Apparently there's a glitch where you can like take the gun out of your inventory, and then like if you put it back into your inventory in a different way, like it swaps the ammo count for the gun. Like say if you had the SMG with like 50 bullets and you took the SMG out and then took the Requiem out and then flipped them, your Requiem would have the SMG ammo. So you would have like 50 Requiem bullets. Super broken glitch. Alright, where do I go? Just put this bitch in there. Lights on. Guess I'll just craft up some knives. Yeah. And I don't even think you have to reload. Need a tool. Need a tool. Being able to see the character in reaction to something valuable. Yeah. feel like that's how Resident Evil games should be played, especially if you get alternate costumes. Granted, you can see him in the cutscene, but I don't even go in there. Get scrapped. Just take it out and go to the furnace. Shit. No, this one actually isn't in VR. At least not yet. Bottle. Reactor. Run away, be gone. I have one singular bullet, bro. Yeah, it is kind of weird. So much emphasis on the gun, the name, and all that. The only thing I can think of is like it's just the gun that was used to kill Victor, the final shot. They kind of pass it back and forth. I even need to go this way. Oh, they should. So many knives, bro, and I could craft another one. I don't want to waste my shot on this guy. I have to.
It's two.
Whoa. Can't even see. Oh, it's still book cover instead of grade. Yeah, it is such a weird choice. Oh, hello. She just levitates. I'm supposed to get the wrench. Take the one out of the furnace. I ain't got no bullets. Oh shit. Remember this one. metal parts. Something like that. Like every single lockpick is just metal part. Kinda wish there was some variety. Or something else. Craft a molly. Don't you need blood? Yeah. Shit, I can't even craft mollies. Didn't understand if Grace is a clone or not. No, I think they made clones from Grace. I think Grace is the original. I think that's what makes her special. Chosen one. What am I doing? Just gonna fry my ass. She's normal. Why is she? You know why is she immune to zombies? Nemesis Dart from Victor at the end. Yeah, I don't know. Oh shit. Guess I should have grabbed that power distributor. Wasting a bullet. Knives I got, bro. Crazy. Fuck. Oh, did my stream crash? No. Am I still live?